Last time on Dice Funk.
The swarm of Nifyx rats is gonna eat this slard. And I don't think that is a conscious Nifyx deciding this is gonna be my first kill or anything. I think this is just, I'm in rat mode.
Balthazar's like, yeah, I think your stomach acid eats them as fast as they regenerate. Although, you might want to get a checkup. I mean, they do still spread a disease, so, you know.
He's trying to trick you because you're too kind-hearted.
No! I hugged him! That was my son!
Okay, well, can we kill all the other Slotty then?
I want his soul.
In that case, we'll let Babble's soul go on.
Hooray! Killed Babble! Yay!
Points on the planar system that to me sound like they might be in some way comparable to a womb. There is the water elemental plane, because it's very wet.
Water. Everything needs water to live.
It's water, right? That's how it do.
We should find this universe's equivalent of James Cameron and borrow his submarine and swim all the way down there.
A boat! A regular boat!
You're supposed to be dead! And I cut the head off. Oh wait, no, she was supposed to be dying.
Oh yeah, the sheep! Now I remember.
I don't know
There's a
how
sheep.
you are relevant to the
Oh,
story sheep, but thank you.
That's Camilla's girlfriend. Wife?
Wife, yeah.
Wife.
Dido, you remember her
Wife.
from the house?
Oh,
Wife.
yeah.
Alright, so we're all caught up in the story then. There's a sheep.
Wife!
We were in a house. It turned out it was the middle of nowhere dimension that all of the frog people that can't die are from. It's all chaotic in there.
Limbo?
Limbo, that's the one. Some people had a house party and accidentally opened Limbo.
Look how happy the sheep is.
It's a very good sheep.
That's skulls, honestly. Have I ever been that happy? I don't know.
No, the sheep has life figured out, and you do not.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Alright, so you came to see Camilla, and you found Dido in her office. She's sitting in Camilla's seat. I'm trying to think what she's doing when you walk in. I think she's just playing bass guitar when you come in. And you walk in, and you're like, hey, we went to a house, and we saw you, and so we know about your stuff, and that's upsetting for her.
Awkward. Caca.
So the last episode ended with Lauren saying, Cordelia explains everything.
Oh yeah.
Which is very
Good job, me.
Which is very convenient for people who don't want to have to explain everything.
Yep. You know who could explain everything? You.
Uh-huh. So
Have you ever considered?
yeah, it's the classic device of having the NPCs restate something, where you're like, so what you're saying is, you went to a house and you saw the chaotic imprint of my past, and you need me to lead you into the elemental plane of water to find the slod who stole life itself.
Oh yeah, because it was a big womb.
Oh, wombs.
Yeah, I was all smart, and I realized that a water plane would be a womb.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of time spent thinking about where to go and what's happening, but when Laura made a big list of womb planes, the first thing you said was plane of water. Like, you got it in literally the first guess, and it took 10 seconds to solve the mystery, and then there was 20 minutes of talking about it afterwards, but you were right out of the gate.
I did one smart thing and then promptly forgot that I'd done it.
Okay.
Nifyx is just going to come out and ask, so do you have a fish scale that we, swim down, we can breathe underwater? How do we get there?
I think Dido plucks at her bass guitar a little bit, just doing a couple Primus riffs as she listens to you talk, and she says, listen, that was a long time ago. I was I was a teenager. I'm an adult now. I don't really want to think or talk about any of that stuff.
If you don't do it, everyone's going to die.
Yeah, what he said. Oh, that's not accent.
You had a raging party so intense that, like, a lot of people's lives are on the line because of what you did, so,
And you know what? No, we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it at all. We don't have to talk about any crimes anybody's done ever.
Okay, that's very convenient, I guess.
Nobody here has ever done a crime. Crime? I've not heard of it.
All we need is a guide. That's it. Just a guide. And whether you have some sort of something you need to come to peace with, or terms with, or comfort with, that's fine.
Also, hi, we're the Furies.
hi.
Hi, I'm Dido.
Yeah, we know because we saw your weird brain ghost in the house.
Yeah, already know a lot more about you than I need to.
This guy, right?
You kind of have me at a disadvantage because...
Yeah. Are you gonna lead us to murder the fetus like at the end of that one video game? You gonna help us out?
Earthbound?
Yeah.
That's just a fan theory. That's not the explicit plot.
That's totally the plot.
Well, okay, well, whether or not that's how Earthbound ends, why would I help you? No, I'm not trying to be mean, but you did just kind of come in here and start demanding things.
Well, we thought it would be Camilla.
Yeah, she has stuff to do. She's meeting with people. She's a very important lady.
Well, now you are here in her office, and you are also a lady, so now you're the important lady.
I don't think it's like a transitive property. Associative property? Damn, I did not do well at math. I'm gonna be real with you, homie. Just straight up.
See, you got it all wrong. I am right. That's fine. Let's go to the womb.
PEMDAS. Pythagoras. Let me keep it real with you, Pythagoras. I ain't gonna know shit about triangles. I'm just chilling in this office.
Well, womb?
Do you think when Pythagoras discovered that shit, his homies were hype? They were just like, "Oh, damn, Pythagoras, you really got it this time. You got it done it, homie."
Sorry, I can't get a phrase out of my head that I don't know if Lauren intended to say or I just misheard, but womb?
No, that's just my voice. Womb. Oh, Lord.
Okay, so unless someone else can like think of a way to do this, I have some magical beams by which we could maybe deal with this whole situation, but I'm trying to avoid that.
So King's gonna walk up to Dido.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna stare her in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And say,
Look, we're doing this to save everybody. And when we go there, I have to kill my son. So I'm not particularly looking forward to going. But it'd be nice if the only thing that wasn't stopping you from doing it was because you didn't want to look into your past a little bit. Everybody's really counting on us.
Roll persuasion.
do I even have that? Oh, actually, I have a little bit of that. Okay.
You don't have it at all.
11.
Yeah, it's above average, but it's not the home run swing you were looking for. I think she says, "Listen, not for nothing, but I think I do know probably where they are. There's a Chaositex hangout. Hangout's not the right word. There's a place in the elemental sea of water that the Chaositex talked about."
I rolled a 20 for insight.
Yeah, she's being honest. She used to be part of the Chaositex. That was a faction that worshipped chaos, so she would be privy to certain things that non-members wouldn't be. So, actually, this entire arc could have been solved in, like, the first episode, because it started with Roy following the trail of the Slawdi to Jasper House, and then the first thing in Jasper House was this ghost of Camilla, so you could just be like, hey, these people used to be in the Chaositex, let's go ask them. And then you could have just...
nobody trusted Roy.
Yeah, and then you could have just asked. And this whole time, basically, Camilla and Dido were members of the Chaositex and therefore had the scoop, as it were. But, I mean, going directly to to Babble in the first episode would have missed a lot of things. You wouldn't have the diamond. There would be 4 virtues after you instead of 2. So I'm not saying you made wrong choices. It's just interesting that this is the very, very last thing you did.
Okay, I'm gonna take a slightly different tact with this. Goth Nifyx is in all of her tiny stature going to attempt to square up to her and go, we have a team full of people whose whole deal was killing people. Do you really want to be the roadblock in front of a group of people who kills people who are trying to do something good? Because there's a lot of bad ways that could go for you to get that info out of you if you're not just going to talk to us.
Roll intimidation.
21.
Nice. Dido says, well, my wife does carry a sword that creates wounds that never heal. So if you want to draw down on me, it's going to end poorly for everyone in this room. However,
I could beat her.
Well, here's the thing. It might end badly for everyone in this room, but if we don't go to that wound place on the water plane, everything ends badly for everyone anyway. So I've got to pull out the big guns.
You're also operating under the mistaken assumption that it's going to happen in this room, where you see it.
okay, that's very ominous. I was gonna say, I also don't want to have to live with I don't want to have to live with the deaths of a bunch of people on my conscience if the Proteans come back. I'm
gonna break our bass guitar.
Hold on. Middle of a conversation.
Oh my god.
I mean, this Babble guy already did kill like 24 cops, so it seems like a pretty bad guy, and I don't have any loyalty to the chaos attacks or chaos anymore, so please don't break my guitar.
Already done.
I'm gonna flash her my ring.
Sorry, yeah, go on, Lauren.
My Believers of the Source ring.
Yeah, because you're a member of her wife's organization. Yeah.
Yo, I'm cool.
Oh yeah, you probably should have led with that, huh?
Well, c'est la vie.
In the background, if King did in fact break the that bass guitar, Nifyx is going to use the what is it called? The thing where I can fix stuff. Tinker. I'm going to use my Tinker's tools to slowly try and work on fixing this bass guitar that's been broken.
I'm just gonna break it again. This thing needs to be in pieces. We need to send a statement.
Okay, I'm trying to cooperate with you. Okay, so in the background, King keeps like slowly snapping the bass, and Nifyx keeps like slowly fixing it, and they're just like going back and forth.
Yeah, Nifyx is getting out all those like weird triangle-ended screwdrivers, trying to put the thing back together.
Dido says, that's super unnecessary. Let me just get a pen. I'm gonna draw you a little map, and then can you please leave my guitar?
Okay, thank you.
Also, nobody answered my question about Pythagoras. Do you think it was hype or not?
I bet it was really hype.
I think it was hype for Pythagoras. I think everyone around him thought he was losing it.
Everybody else was like, why would you make more math? We already have too much math. Now there's weird math. What are you doing?
So on that note, the scene immediately cuts to the 4 of you standing outside of Hermes, a discotheque, and which one of you has the map Dido drew?
Who is the most responsible? Blake.
I guess I'm holding the map.
I mean, Dads usually have the map when you're driving.
That's true.
Yeah. Because you won't ask for directions.
All right, so Dido drew you a map in the elemental plane of water, which is, I mean, one of the vastest things that exists, just literally the source of all water in the universe. So not something.
Well, that's neat.
No big whoop.
Not something to just stumble around, but she has marked an area, the Grave of Leviathans, which is
comforting.
Not just a ominous name, not just like a generic name in a video game for an area where you fight big monsters. It's literally where a great battle was fought between the good gods and the Leviathans, the ancient primordial serpents that are in every faith, basically. And so that is where the Chaos Attacks have a base, and where Babble would feel safe to set up life itself. So you can get there. Now you just need a boat.
We know someone who has a boat.
Hey, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon.
I like the.
I want to steal your boat. Hey, Sharon. It's not stealing. You'll come with you.
Okay, so you go into you're singing that as you walk into Hermes, and it's just the club is pumping. Obviously, there's all these demons in here and they're disco dancing. It's never gone out of style. It's very groovy.
Who doesn't like disco?
They love it.
Losers.
Ted's here.
Yeah.
His face is half melted off. You remember Ted?
Oh yeah.
Ted.
Oh yeah, Melty Ted.
Hey,
Furies.
Ted.
I'm not a real character, just kind of a punchline. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you the conduit of?
Ted.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
No, Ted. What is the conduit of Ted? How does that manifest? I need to know.
It's a secret.
No, it's not. I just slipped into my American accent again. I'm getting really good at it.
Zone of truth. What is the conduit of Ted?
Everyone should absolutely blow all their spell slots on Ted right before the final boss fight.
Oh, speaking of things, are we resting? Technically?
Short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
by design, this if you wanted to 100% this arc and get the diamond, talk to Tragedy, stop the virtues, etc., this was going to be a long endurance arc, and everyone's low on stuff.
Yep,
I have low on stuff.
I have one nice spell slot I'm saving for the big fight, and not much else.
Ted explains what the conduit of Ted is, and it's a huge, earth-shattering secret. It changes the way you look at the world forever. The players don't hear it, just the characters, and you're all absolutely flabbergasted.
I can't believe it lets him control how big his dick is.
Jesus.
Okay. The players are only hit dice. Yeah.
Did that just sound like Austin was speaking into his spy cam for anybody else? The players are
subjects.
rolling hit dice.
Yeah. The package just left the building. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this giant sheet for power. I need it. It's getting me through. All right. So after the TED conversation, the party goes to Sharon's office. You find her in a stupor in her office. I guess it's her bedroom, really. If you recall, last time you met her here, she seems to be drunk.
Sharon!
Well, hello there, love. What's my voice again? I'm kind of a Southern belle, but I'm a little tipsy.
Very Tennessee Williams.
Oh well.
Do your best, Blanche.
Well, I never. I'm a
Wow, that is a
so
very
much-
drunk Blanche.
I'm a skeleton.
How are you drunk? You don't have...
Bone juice.
You're drinking bone juice?
Bone juice.
It's the boniest.
Yo ho ho in a pirate's life for me.
How do we make you stop that? Can we make you throw up or something?
Hey, this seems like a real fun party cruise. You know where seems even more fun?
Where?
A Chaos Tech base in the plane of water.
I don't think she should drunk drive an entire building.
No, I'm thinking she finds someone sober on the thing to sail us. Although it could be quite fun to have her sail.
Roll persuasion to convince her to drunk drive into the plane of water.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, please.
Oh, no.
15.
Is
Is that enough for drunk driving?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
yeah. Usually that's one of those things that if they're susceptible to it, it doesn't take a lot.
Yeah, she had advantage.
The DC's low. No, Dido is the difficult persuasion check. Sharon's down. She's a skeleton. Her eye sockets are full of fire. She has a flagon of bone juice, and she gets up and she's like, "Well, all right then, sweetie. I'll run up the mizzen mast and fuck the sails. Let's go."
To try and perk her up just slightly, Nifyx is gonna mix into whatever alcohol she's drinking. She's gonna mix in some of that like powdered caffeine drink that all the gaming YouTube channels are shilling at the moment.
Oh my god! All right, so we're gonna get the skeleton fucking crossfaded off that taurine.
Yeah, just some like low key Four Loko energy going on.
For Loki.
I don't think Four Loko's ever been low key.
All right, so I guess the way that this last episode of the arc is gonna kind of kick off is you get this skeleton on a very dangerous cocktail of different controlled substances. She stumbles onto the top of the discotheque, and it casts off from its place in Sigil.
It's not as dangerous as you're making it sound as somebody who has had many things at once.
You don't know what's in bone juice. You don't know what's in bone juice?
That's true. It's true. God damn it.
If we are going there via water, Nifyx is going to be using the just keeping an eye at the back with the oar, making sure that nothing goes too awry.
Well, and the nice thing about a boat as opposed to a car is that, like, you have a lot longer in terms of reaction time to address an issue. Yeah. So it should be fine. Lots of people get drunk in boats.
So yeah, Nifyx is on the like just in case watch.
Yeah, I don't have a driver's license, but I used to drive boats for a living, so one's clearly easier.
Oh yeah, you did.
So Nifyx, you're up on deck with Sharon, who is captaining this discotheque, but you're doing the real work with the oar. You're spinning it like Yuna from Fantasy X and orchestrating the water as the discotheque pulls out of its parking spot in Sigil and slips through a portal. I guess it's under it, like it sinks into the ground and lands in a vast ocean. It's incredibly gorgeous. This is the source of all water in the universe. It's incredibly pure. You can look in every direction and see like different kinds of water. You see like vast stretches of salt water. You see clear, like crystal fresh water. You see tumultuous storms. You see
how many manatees?
I don't think there are any manatees around here. We could go looking for some if you want to spend the rest of the episode doing that.
I mean, that sounds more fun than dealing with the powerful frog.
Avoiding our problems does sound fun.
That is highly appealing. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to put off the final fight of this arc, this is your last chance to have inter-party conversations. In fact, what do you all do and talk about while the boat glides through the water? This is your last chance to say something that needs to be said.
What are your favorite marine animals? I like belugas, and I like pinnipeds, which includes seals and sea lions. What's your favorite?
I like flounder.
I like coral. It just sort of does its own thing, and it's chill with that.
Lots of polyps.
Yeah.
Bears.
Oh, that reminds me. I assume Balthazar is here.
I guess at this point he has to be.
Yeah? Do you want him attached to you?
No, he's his own person. He's allowed autonomy.
Do you lose him on the disco dance floor?
That's good. He's just had the time of his life.
Uh-huh. He's gone full you take your eye off him for 1 minute and he's gone full Travolta.
The kids do love disco.
And if you're gonna go full Travolta, then, you gotta get into Scientology, and they're real fucking litigious. And I don't know if that's the road you want to go down, sir.
We can't, Austin, bleep out Scientology. They're gonna come for us. They're so close. They have clear water. They have, like, all of Clearwater.
They do.
Okay. They really love Clearwater.
So while we're on this bit of journey, Nifyx is gonna try and find an opportunity to talk to King. Hey, King, do you mind if I talk to you for a second?
What's up?
So that fight we had before, where I was all the rats. My memory of that is a bit hazy. I was a swarm of rats. It's not a great thinking position in time. Did it seem like it was justified what happened?
What, you eating it?
Yeah. I wasn't going overboard, was I?
I don't know. Do you think you were? I mean, it was trying to kill us, so...
Yeah, I stopped it coming back, I guess. I don't know. It's very weird to think that I did that.
Do you feel bad?
No, I don't feel bad. I feel bad that I don't feel worse about killing something. I know that's the whole thing we're here to do. I feel like I should feel worse than I do.
King's going to shrug and say,
A lot of the people I know who killed for a living didn't care about who they killed. Never really felt anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I came into this having not really done any killing myself, and I guess I assumed that I don't know what I thought I was gonna feel, whether it was gonna be proud or remorseful, or I expected there to be a feeling about it. More than there has been.
I've heard some people say that it's not the killing so much as it is the stuff that happens afterwards.
Yeah?
The stuff that's on your conscience that tells you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
If you can tell that to fuck off, then I guess there's no problem.
Did you tell that to fuck off, I guess?
I don't know, I never really thought about it.
Okay. Thanks, King.
Do you feel okay?
I think it's okay that I don't know how I feel. I know that I've got a job to do, and I know that I've done it efficiently and that I will do it efficiently. I'll work out everything that comes after. Okie
dokie.
Who else wants to do a conversation?
So Blake, hello, we live together.
Yes. Yes, we do.
We cool?
I mean, so far so good. I'm a little
I
concerned.
just feel like you think I'm doing more things than I'm doing. Like, you keep bringing up dishes. We both know I swallow my food whole. So maybe there's a dishes gremlin? I don't know. But I probably should stop leaving my shedded skins in the bathroom and on the couch and on the porch and in the rafters of your apartment that has rafters for some reason.
Well, I like an exposed beam. I've heard it's very in.
Well, I know I'm not ideal. I'm sorry. I'm not used to living with people who aren't my girlfriend. So,
if I'm being totally honest, it's weird living with somebody and somebody eccentric.
but isn't it nice? We can sit on the couch, drink tea, watch Antiques Roadshow.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love our weekends. I really do. I think we can just do a little better job at keeping the place tidy. You know, I could show you some techniques with plastic that you could use to cover things when you're in a workspace. You know, really seal it off and keep any fluids from getting onto surfaces where they might stain or be identifiable.
Oh yeah, you're talking about all the blood on the ottoman. My bad. Whoops.
That's all right. I'll also show you what you could do with some club soda.
Okay, cool. Roommate improvement. Yay.
King would like to talk to Balthazar.
Yeah, I mean, so you leave Nifyx up on the deck with Sharon, and you go down into the club where the demons are partying, and Balthazar is doing the thing where he does the Batman across his eyes. You know that one?
Yeah, I've seen Pulp Fiction, idiot.
Okay. Yeah, he's doing that.
Hey, Balthazar.
Hey, what's going on, Pops?
Hey, I want to apologize. I probably shouldn't have been treating you like my son, when I was just trying to work through a lot of the feelings of having to kill my own son and feeling like I failed him and I couldn't help him.
Yeah, it seems like you're going through a lot. It's been kind of a weird day for you, huh?
Yeah, but it's not fair to you.
I mean, what is, man?
Hey, even though I'm not your dad, I want to be there for you if you ever need me.
You know what I need?
What?
$10.
I was gonna say I need about 350.
Yeah, it occurred to me, and then I didn't want to get into South Park. You know?
Yeah.
I will give him $10.
I don't know if this is gonna come to anything, but I do like it. Yeah, Balthazar takes $10. Like, all right, man. Yeah, we can just call this, escort fee for the day. Bodyguard.
I want $10.
Hold on. It's not just that. If there's ever a time where you're hungry, or you need a place to stay, or if you know any other kids in the hive that are in a situation like that, tell them to come here.
And King is going to hand him a card that has his address on it. And he's say,
I had Blake write it out for me earlier.
I did tell him that was a bad idea.
Yeah, so now all the urchins of of Sigil are gonna come to King's house. This is gonna go well.
he's doing what he wants to help out.
He's being a good dad. That's his thing.
Yeah, this is interesting. This turned out interesting. Back up on the deck, Sharon says to you, Nifyx, nope, almost lost it. I'm back. I don't even have a stomach. Why am I so barfy? Gnome.
Me.
Gnome. How's my ore?
It's doing real good. I'm doing all sorts of magics and stuff.
Well, that's lovely, dear. I do need an item. Magic item?
What magic item do you need?
To steer the ship.
I'm using a magic item to steer the ship.
Yeah, you know, that's yours. I gave that to you. It's our special bond. Do you have any? You have snake lady. She makes. Can she give me item?
You want her to make you a thing to steer the ship?
Cornelia.
Yes, that's close enough to my name.
Cornelia.
I do not like corn, though, so...
Hey, Cordelia. So, you know how she gave me the magic ore?
Yes.
She now wants a thing to steer the ship with, because I'm guessing she realized that steering the ship without a magic ore is a bit more difficult. Can you do a thing to help out?
Okay, so, like, I'm just thinking here with my noodle, which is my whole body, because I am a noodle. I can make item, yes, but how do I put the water magic in? Do you have, like, a gem or something? I don't know.
99 bottles of gem on the wall. Give me your axe.
My pickaxe! Well, it has brought me nothing but bad tidings, so...
It has not gone well.
You know what? Maybe the pickaxe is cursed? I pass the curse to you. Here you go.
You take one down, you pass it around. Now it's my axe. I'll hit you with it.
Don't hit me with it.
And she starts like dancing with it across the across the deck. I don't know what's in bone juice, but it's getting more. It's
Okay.
getting more.
I'm going to roll medicine
Uh-huh.
to give her some coffee to sober up.
Can I roll something to keep her on this level?
I rolled an 18.
It's getting more hallucinogenic the longer it goes on, I think, is what's happening. With an 18, Cordelia, you can keep her from crashing. But, so she's a psychopomp. They're famous for carrying scythes. Scythes, I guess?
I thought you were going to say Sykes.
Sykes? Like the TV
Sykes.
show?
Yes.
So the pickaxe has a scythe quality to it. So she's like wielding it almost like a Grim Reaper across the ship. She's kind of like waltzing with it, swinging it dangerously. And she seems to be taking to it well. And it doesn't control water, but she she is a psychopomp, so she has some innate water control abilities as someone who's literally a species of river folk. So yeah, she's taken to it. She likes this item.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you, Cordelia. I will treasure it always.
Stuff, the things we hold in our hands and do water magic, squad.
Oh, Nifyx, I love you.
Nifyx is gonna just give her a hug.
Aww.
Seems like she needs one.
Cordelia's gonna point at Blake. What's his name? Do him now.
Floorbolts.
Oh, Floorbulbs!
My dear Floorbolts.
Hey, Floorbulbs, how you doing over there, Floorbulbs?
Hey, everybody needs to lay off the bone juice.
I did not.
I want more bone juice.
Nifyx
Did
wants...
she get more? Who gave her more?
Nifyx have a swig of the bone juice.
No!
Constitution saving throw, Nifyx.
Yeah, I've got a negative in that, but why not?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
That's a botch, Zero.
That's a botch! Jesus Christ.
Oh, sweet.
That's a
Mary.
0 botch on the bone juice.
You're outside the boss's lair and you're getting you're getting lit on bone juice.
I thought we put you in there.
I knew Nifyx was having some trouble, but this is...
Is this our very special episode?
No, this is so fucking good you don't even know. Okay.
Oh no!
So in the distance on the elemental plane of water, which it's an ocean, an endless ocean in every direction, right? But there's all kinds of different it's gorgeous, but also terrifying. Like there are entire movies that are like just set in the endless ocean because it's an inherently scary thing. In the distance, you can see rising up out of the depths the bones of giant serpents.
Can I talk to Snake Bones?
No, you cannot. These are long dead. Damn. These are the Leviathans of legend. These are the Proteans. These are like the Leviathan from the Book of Job. This is Tiamat from Sumerian mythology. This is Orochi no Okami from Japanese mythology. This is all the big snakes. And there's just this graveyard where this great battle took place. And all the great gods of the multiverse teamed up to put them down. And these bones lying in the great ocean are the Chaos Attacks base where Babble is. And as you're approaching it, Nifyx and Sharon are getting crunk.
I think for flavor, Nifyx was gonna take a swig, the way that someone might just have like a shot of whiskey before something big and terrifying, just to take the nerves off of the situation, a bit of Dutch courage, not realizing quite how intense bone juice is.
It's in your bones.
Yeah, it's like what people say about tequila, right?
Yeah.
So as you're getting closer, the water's getting choppier and the winds are picking up and it's getting more ominous. And the party all comes up on deck to see the approaching skeletons, literally floating on the surface. I mean, some of the serpents are so large they literally are lying on the floor of this great ocean and still sticking up out of it.
Nifyx is putting it down to the bone juice.
I do not know how to process what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very tired.
Is family of yours, Cordelia?
No, I don't know these guys.
Yeah, Nifyx reckons it's the bone juice.
Hey, Sharon, do you know what those bones do? As a bone yourself?
Yeah, what those bones do.
What if you gave these bones bone juice? How much bone juice do you have on board? Can I start rolling kegs of it into the water?
I gotta do biological warfare with the bone juice.
Why not? I would like to do a warfare.
As you get closer to the graveyard, you see one of the great serpents coming up out of the water. It has such a massive density throughout its body that actually its entire back has been carved into the plateau, and there's a temple built into it. That's the size of this serpent. I'm gonna say that this is capital L Leviathan. that and its entire like upper body and head and skull have been literally carved into a great temple that is sitting on top of the waves.
I bet that's where we have to go.
Okay. Nifyx is going to attempt to create a big column of wave to sort of bring the ship up toward that temple. Let's see how that do.
Uh-oh. Okay, you're crunk off bone juice.
Yeah, let's take a shot. What do I need to roll to make a big wave?
Yeah, do a spell attack.
Spell attack, yeah.
With disadvantage because you're lit.
Well, at least I've got disadvantage on a thing that I have a good modifier on. 13 on the first roll, 13 on the second roll. 13's above average.
Yeah, it's above average. So describe to me what Nifyx does.
Nifyx is trying to basically create like a ladder of water up into the air that the ship can start ascending up towards the temple. Trying to get some distance up off of the original waves up to where we're heading.
Okay, so yeah, Nifyx, you cut through the choppy seas, like they're big. I mean, big is like a comical understatement. I mean, there are absolutely civilization-ending waves here in the elemental plane of water, and you're controlling the ship's ascent through them. You don't have to make any kind of piloting checks, so the ship isn't toppled and capsized here.
Yeah.
Because you do get above average. You don't master the waves, but you control the waves enough.
She's the right kind of lit that she's going with the flow, as it were.
Yeah, it's I don't advocate drunk driving, but sometimes you feel like, is it making me better tonight?
Oh God.
But so as that's happening, the ship is the Hermes is rising up through the storm, but you're not alone. There's something here.
You and no, God, sorry.
No, keep going,
No.
please.
Oh, it's...
Yes, do it.
No. We're talking about other monsters here.
Hey, we got a Slotty showing up.
Yes, emerging from a dark wave cresting in front of the Hermes emerges a Slod with black skin like the night sky, festooned with sparkling stars.
No.
Is that my Babble?
Yes, I think we're going to call this Astral Babble. This is the Slod that literally grew up in the Astral Sea, and his skin has taken on that quality, like a beautiful night sky. And he just kind of comes out of the wave as naturally as if he was a part of it. He's lived all his life in the sea, and he's like hovering, using the spell fly, like Cordelia.
Stealing my thunder.
And he's like hovering, almost like Jesus Christ pose, arms outstretched up above the Hermes.
King's walk up to him and say,
Hey, son.
With great effort, as if like you see him summoning all his willpower to speak sensibly, and it seems like it takes a great effort. And the Slod speaks and says, I'm sorry. I have to buy time.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, son. I tried to talk to them, but I wasn't smart enough to figure it out.
I forgive you.
King is going to lift up his weapon, and with a tear in his eye, he's going to say,
I love you, son.
Roll initiative.
I mean, this is really weird for everyone else here, right?
Yeah, it's very hard to be comic relief character when there's son murdering happening.
See, I was more thinking about the fact that in like if this ever gets made into like, you know, the HBO TV series or whatever, this will be the moment that we try and get the Oscar for. Like oh no, one of the characters has to kill their own kid. This is the emotional tearjerker episode. Like this is the episode people talk about.
Oh, that was going to be a character. Sorry, I wasn't clear.
I did 5.
I got a 7.
14.
All right, Babble's up first, and he's still floating up in the air. The waves are crashing all around him. Like, this entire fight will take place on the way to the temple in the Grave of the Leviathans. Like, the ship's still moving, but the distances are so vast, it's going to take, like, the entire fight. Waves are crashing all around. There are great banks of fog in the distance. It's, like, a really gorgeous... this is, like, the entire budget, right? We, like, the last couple of episodes, we've just been walking around a house because they had to save all the money for this one.
This is why Ghost didn't show up for a couple episodes. Okay.
It's the whole dog budget. Babble says... I could never hurt you.
You do what you need to, son. I forgive you.
All right. Astral Babble casts Mass Cure Wounds.
Oh, that's cool. On me?
On all of you.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
That's great. How many?
Yeah, thanks. I just rolled all those fucking hit dice.
So here's an interesting thing. Don't touch on your character sheet where it says maximum HP or current HP. The number I roll right in your temporary HP box, okay?
Okie dokie.
Ah.
I rolled a 20. Everybody write 20.
Oh.
Interesting.
Babble raises his arms, and like a religious figure, waves of healing begin radiating off of him onto all of you. And everyone but Nifyx, who is lit on bone juice, feels very strange.
Can I attempt an insight roll?
Yeah.
19.
Just to check, are you suggesting that Nifyx doesn't feel very strange or doesn't notice that particular flavor of very strange?
Whatever is happening to everyone, the bone juice is acting more strongly on you than whatever is acting on everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah, King rolled a 19. So Babble said he couldn't hurt you, but it doesn't mean he's not going to try to win this fight. I was looking for a 20 to tell you exactly what's going on. I will say you are all still in danger.
This wouldn't count as being poisoned or frightened, would it? Because I'm immune to those.
No, it's neither of those.
Damn it, okay.
Nifyx, it's your turn.
Okay, what is lit Nifyx gonna do? Because I feel like right now, I'm gonna use polymorph to become a giant spider. I'm gonna go back to the giant spider.
All right, a classic throwback is lit Nifyx becomes lit spider Nifyx, and it's Blake's turn.
Nifyx is gonna spend the time until next turn just giggling about how many legs she's got. There's so many legs.
So many. Blake's
real suspicious of what Babble's up to here, so I want to make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
26.
Holy shit, yeah, I was looking for 20. With a 26, I'll tell you what's going on. What's happening is Slotty carry a disease called the Chaos Phage.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Taking damage from a Slotty can infect you, and the DM can make secret rolls if you can contract it, which I've been doing all arc. No one has rolled medicine to check if they were infected, even though you were warned. King contracted it during the race when the blue Slotty stabbed him, and everyone else contracted it from the white Slotty in Jasper House. Currently, Astral Babble is using healing magic to accelerate the growth of the Slotty's cells. If that number in your temporary hitbox hits 100, you are killed and you become a Slod.
I've got a question. Because I transformed into a different creature that has its own different HP, does that mean I'm temporarily not affected? Or am I still affected?
So, yes and no. Changing into a spider does not change the mechanics of this fight. However, botching on bone juice does. You have a increased tolerance because of your body chemistry. You actually have a threshold of 150 instead.
Nice.
Which is what when I said, oh, you have no idea what bone juice does. But yeah, that's the consequence for Nifyx, is that she's going to take more to get her turned into a Slod because you're extremely lit.
Wow.
See, I told you I knew what I was doing all along, everyone.
So Babble is not going to try to kill you. Instead, he's just going to accelerate the process of turning you all into slods, and once the transformation is complete, none of you will want to fight him.
I don't like it.
All right, Blake, it's still your turn. You figure this out because you're feeling very strange, and like you look down at your arms, and it's like starting to turn colors because you're going to become a slod very soon.
Okay, well, let's see if we can delay them from taking actions and do a confusion.
14?
No.
All right, this is a boss, so if it fails, it can choose to succeed 3 times. I'm going to use my first so that Babble is not confused by you.
Okay.
All right, and it is now King's turn. King, Astral Babble is floating up in the sky. You cannot reach him on foot.
All right. So I'm going to use my portal gun ability of my weapon.
Yep.
To basically plop, plop, and come in from above.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to activate my fighting spirit because I get another one every time I start a fight, and I don't have one. And one thing of fighting spirit that I don't really mention all the time because it's sort of something I do on my back end is that it lets me get 5 temporary hit points. So I'm going to replace the 20 temporary hit points I had with 5 temporary hit points.
If you're gonna heal, you're gonna accelerate the process. Is what's gonna happen. You're not gonna replace it. You're gonna add to it. That's the mechanic of this fight.
Well, all right. I'm adding to it then. All right. So 16, 24, 18, 25, 22, and 27.
1 misses out of there. The 16.
13. So 78 damage.
That's a lot.
So actually, you throw the fly swatter up near Babble, and then it turns into a door. You leap through it, and the spear appears in your hand, and you strike through Babble's body again and again and again and again on the way down before you land 3-point stance on the deck. I say the fly swatter passes through his body because it's almost like it's made of water.
Oh, God.
Like you're just placing it. So you don't do 78 damage. You do less, but you still do some. It's like fighting, like, Clayface or something.
Sounds like they could be firmed up then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Oh, come on. God damn it. All right. So yeah, your physical attacks aren't having that much of effect. His body is like almost water in consistency, King, and he seems extremely upset that you're attacking him and like just crying and mumbling under his breath. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Cordelia, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna use cool warlock things. I'm gonna use my Mystic Arcanum, which is Flesh to Stone, which I can cast at will once per long rest, and I haven't done it yet. So I'm gonna try to turn that water guy to stone.
Not only have you not done it yet, you haven't used a new item you have that has an effect on that spell. You and I talked about this after everyone's favorite episode when you went to a wedding, but I think this is the first time the audience is hearing about this item.
It's the stone hand of the beetle holding the dagger that was in my chest.
Yeah, the wedding cake knife specifically.
Yes, wedding cake knife plus hand.
Yeah, do you have a catchier name for that?
I don't know. A plus hand item is pretty rare in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, so Cordelia, you kept the petrified hand of the groom clutching the knife that would cut the wedding cake. You kept that hand and knife together. It's petrified in your inventory.
Its name is Cornelius.
Oh, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stab and do a stab, and then do a stone, and then do a stab.
Do you remember what we talked about that this item does?
I sure don't.
Yeah. So normally flesh to stone, you have to make a save, and then it's 3 turns to turn someone to stone.
Yes, usually.
All right. With Cornelius, which I guess I'm just gonna have to say now because I can't stop you.
You call him Cornelius. It's almost Christmas.
Jesus Christ, bananas. The effect of this petrified knife is that people trying to save against your Mystic Arcanum have disadvantage, and it only takes 2 failures to turn to stone instead of 3.
Okay, let me just type this into my sheet.
All right, so I'm going to make the roll now.
Yes, you are.
12.
No.
I was disadvantaged, so it's still 12. All right, that's 1 failure. As Cordelia, you fly up and you bury the wedding cake knife into Astral Babble.
Yes, he is cake now.
Wait,
It is you who are the wedding cake now.
Flesh to cake.
Flesh to cake.
is that what it does?
Well, now it is.
Oh my god.
It's like maybe it's like my taser flashlight. We just got stone setting, and then like you flip it to the other side and it turns into cake.
At the end of your turn, Cordelia, as a legendary action, mass cure wounds again.
No.
All right. So everybody has 20, and now everybody's going to have 25 more. That's 45.
Oh Lord, that is so many.
That was a legendary action, so it is Babble's turn now. And Babble says, just need more time. 14 more.
Oh fuck.
Everybody's at 59. Once again, I repeat, if that hits 100, everybody but Nifyx dies.
Where's the bone juice?
Nifyx, it's your turn. You're a giant spider.
Okay, because what I was planning to do originally, before I realised that the sluddy being made out of water was a problem, and I don't know if it's going to be fine now, is shooting web to try and restrain this thing. To prevent it doing further damage. So, yeah, let's go for it. I'm gonna use my web attack. So let's see if that hits. Okay. 20.
Is that, it's attack against AC?
That's against AC, yep.
Yep, that hits.
So the target is restrained by webbing. It can attempt to make a strength check to try and burst out of that.
Yeah, I mean, as a creature whose body is made of flowing water, it is immune to the restrained status effect.
Yeah, well, in that... I was hoping that the whole starting to turn the body into something else was going to mean that the restraint would work. Okay, wasted that there.
Flesh to stone does restrain the target, but it's immune to that as well. So it's not immune to being turned into cake. It's just immune to the status effect restrained.
Okay. That was my thinking was you'd successfully turned it to cake. Maybe I could restrain it now. Okay.
Nope, it doesn't hurt to experiment, though. Blake, it's your turn. Nifyx is shooting web all over Babble, who has beginning to turn into cake.
Okay, so speaking of experimenting.
Uh-oh.
And because I made the Arcana roll to understand how this works, I'm thoroughly expecting a yay-nay on the effectiveness of this really dumb idea.
I love when there's preamble.
But if the whole thing is that it's healing us, if we were able to take damage, that would slow the progress, right?
If you were able to take, with a 26, I will say only necrotic damage will lower that number. Because it actually has to damage the cells that are inside of you, not just your human skin.
Okay.
But yeah, with the 26, I'll give you the secret answer. That is the only way to slow this, is to deliberately take necrotic damage.
Yeah, I can't do necrotic damage. That's a damn shame. I was just thinking about the wedding. I was like, I could poison the whole fucking team. That's cool. Well, let's try to slow him down with another confusion attempt then.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 12, and I'm going to have to burn my second legendary action to not lose my turns.
Yep.
King, your turn.
All right, what is around us currently?
You are on a discotheque, which is cresting a giant wave into the Grave of the Leviathans. Around you in every direction is hundreds of millions of miles of ocean.
I will use my little portal gun to pop up in the air again and attempt an attack on Babble. 25, 25, and 15.
25 and 25 hit. I do like you keep referring to the spear as a portal gun because some listeners are like half paying attention while they're, running on the treadmill, and now they're just picturing King just running around with a portal gun.
That was specifically how it was referred to for me. So
Yeah, I was explaining the way it works in game, not its appearance, but either way, it's funny.
so 24 damage.
So the fly swatter passes through Babble's body yet again, hitting a little bit more firm flesh, but not cutting him too badly. And then legendary action at the end of your turn, mass cure wounds again.
No!
20. What's that number looking like?
Cool.
79?
Ooh, Cordelia, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go for Blake. I'm gonna chill touch you. That's 3d8 necrotic damage.
This seems oddly fitting.
11!
Well, that'll help.
And that was a cantrip. I have so many more.
Okay, so what happens? It's Cordelia's turn. You're maintaining concentration on the flesh to stone, and then you just turn and hit Blake in the face with necrotic damage to kill the cells that are multiplying in him?
Yes, just it's like it's chill touch, so I like to imagine it's just like a gentle graze on his face.
Yeah.
Oh, delicate, but also very creepy.
All right, it is now Babble's turn. Babble is going to slowly descend out of the sky and to King. Remember when you were in the astral sea and he hugged you and you were submerged and in each other's arms?
Mm-hmm.
Babble wraps his arms around you.
Is it a welcoming kind of thing, or does it seem sinister?
Comforting?
I'm going to crit on insight.
Like holding someone's hand on their deathbed?
I'm really sad that I couldn't get to be a dad for you. I never got to know all the things about you. I never got to teach you how to cook. You never got to meet your big sister.
I'm sorry. We didn't have time.
It's not your fault. It's mine for not being strong enough.
$28.
I'm over.
Oof.
Babble casts Regeneration, the highest level healing spell he has. Bones begin pushing out of your knuckles. And before your eyes, everyone, King sloughs off his old flesh and is transforming into a slod.
Is there time to chop off limbs to prevent it from fully happening?
No, I don't think so.
Or is this it's happened now?
I would like to, as my last act of King, I want to punch at Babble's heart.
Okay.
Yeah, you punch your fist right through his body, like punching into a pool, and it just comes out the other side, wet with black water, and there's no heart inside.
All right, well, there you go.
Constitution saving throw?
Who?
Babble against
Babble.
flesh to
Yeah.
stone.
Do it, man.
8.
Oh no. No.
Oof.
No. I'm sorry.
Astral Babble turns into cake.
What flavor cake do you think you'd be? I feel like everybody, like, when they get turned to cake, it's like something different. Maybe like squid ink, because he's all spacey.
A squid ink wedding cake.
You don't know.
But he doesn't change like shape. He's still slod shaped.
I'm sure he's fucking covered in fondant.
Yeah, and wrapped around King. King, what color slot are you?
Teal.
Yeah, like the Mexican alligator lizard.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you control the slod for now. Role play with me. You're a slod.
Am I in any way King?
No, King is dead.
Okay.
Long live the king.
See this my assumption was that because King isn't dead, he's a Slardy, we couldn't bring him back to life. Or that some inherent part of him was now Slardy, so if we brought him back, he'd come back as a Slardy, was my worry.
King Badass is dead.
Well, this is awkward. Did we do it? Did we not do it?
The fight is over. Chris is controlling a newborn Slod. Literally, like this is how Slaughter formed. How is Slod formed? How is Babby formed? But he's in the clutches of a cake golem, basically. So he can't really move.
Like it's not King, right? Can I just set that on fire so we can be done with the Slotty?
I mean, I'm completely in favor of just setting it on fire.
Yeah. So, had we made it round to here before, if we'd made it back to my turn, before this had happened, I had been planning to whip out that spell I'd been saving for boss fight territory and use disintegrate. And I'm now wondering if that's applicable here, maybe?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Am I an infant?
No, don't tell us that.
You're an infant from a Slod's perspective, but that's kind of a different. It's not really attributable to humans. It's wild,
So, am I connected to the Slod hive mind then, or the Babble hive mind, I should say?
No, you were not created by the conduit of Primordium. You were created by the Chaos Phage. So you're a completely new individual.
Hey! Whoa! Wait! What are you doing? Wait! No! Nobody needs to burn no baby over here. What are you doing over there?
Oh God, you sound like Adrock.
The New York Slod, everybody.
Hey, what are we doing over there? Why are we burning the baby here?
Yeah, screw it. I know it's not the smart decision, but I think it's where Nifyx is at. Disintegration.
Hey, what are you doing?
I need a dexterity saving throw.
No, I mean if this creature is gonna start begging for its life, there's no saving throw. You're gonna
Okay.
It's gonna look you in the eye and you're gonna kill it if that's what you want to do, Nifyx.
Yep. That's what's happening.
I could be your friend.
Let's see how much overkill this is.
We could go on adventures together. We could be pals.
84 damage.
I like the different colors of your hair.
Yeah, with by far the strongest attack that Nifyx has ever done. She steals herself and takes out this
This newborn, which seems to be a completely separate individual who hasn't done anything wrong.
Yeah, as soon as this thing starts talking, I think Nifyx's response is, "You're not king. King is dead because of you." And yep, strongest spell that Nifyx has ever thrown out. 84 damage just obliterates this thing.
Oh, goodbye forever.
How does everyone else react to Nifyx murdering a newborn?
I'm gonna golf clap.
Blake turns to Cordelia and says, "Kids, am I right? Overkill."
Look, you two, you've spent enough time talking about how I don't kill people. I killed it, okay?
Did I ever say that? I don't think I said that.
Yes, you multiple times made jokes about how I'm the only person on this team full of killers who's never killed someone, and I've killed someone, okay? And I've done it.
Dude, it's okay. It's fine. No big. It's cool. It's cool. Good job.
So, Babble, huh?
Can we resurrect King on the way there?
Do any of you know True Resurrection?
Fuck.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're gonna be...
The Sharon?
Sharon!
Yeah.
She's like, first of all, great job. I didn't see it that well because there's all of you, but you did a good fight. And, someone's got to clean up King. You made a big mess.
What? I can't ask you what to do. You're fucking blitzed.
Get him up.
Yeehaw, little doggy.
Nifyx is gonna get the ore and just use it to create a big amount of water to try and wash all of the King away.
But yeah, this is why I use plastic, see? Because it does just get everywhere when you...
Okay, Dexter.
So Nifyx washes the deck of both King and his son, who both died in that fight.
Wow.
Comedy show.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I really want like a whole cake.
All right, Nifyx, you use your Ori to finish the ascent of the Hermes to the temple of the Leviathan at the top of the actual skeleton of this ancient sea creature. And you like land the building next to the temple on the back of the skeleton. So there's just two buildings, the Hermes discotheque and an ancient temple dedicated by the Chaositex to these primordial serpents. And you can disembark and go inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the plan. In we go.
Chris, why don't you play Balthazar for a little bit? Yeah. I don't know. How does he feel? What do you think? Is he just like shook?
Yeah, I think he's pretty sad. I don't know if he ever, like, it wasn't enough that he thought King was his dad or had made that kind of connection, but King comforted him in his moment where he was being traumatized. So I think he had some like respect for the guy.
Yeah, not to make the subtext text, but the last two conversations before King's death were to Nifyx being like, yeah, you just gotta not care about killing people. And then to Balthazar be like, I'll help you and your friends out. And then he dies. Holy shit, once again, not planned. So yeah, Balthazar is gonna follow behind the party, just kind of flipping his little knife and thinking.
You have learned an important lesson today in street life.
I completely forgot he was there, which is weird because that's usually what happens to me.
It works though, because now we have another large, strong person. Because if we all get killed by Babble Prime, then how would we bring back King?
What do you mean, a large, strong person?
I mean, relative to... I mean, have you looked at us?
He's just a man and I'm just a noodle.
Oh, that's great, but you don't think I fight one of those things, do you?
No, not one of those things. The one we're gonna fight's a lot bigger than that.
Back up, like moral support. You're just here just in case, right?
Oh yeah, I'll cheer for you from the boat, but if you're going in to fight some big version of that, then no, you can, good luck with that.
Balthazar, you'll have to grow up someday!
When did he become Carl from Aqua Teen?
I wish you the best luck from the boat. I hope that you can save all of humanity. If you would like, you can borrow my switchblade. It is very sharp.
You've not got any magic that could, give back spell slots or anything. Yeah, what is that? Who knows? None of that you could do if you're not going to come in with us. No.
So you don't find it in any way sort of inspiring or inspirational, knowing that if we don't succeed, and there was the possibility that we could have succeeded if we had your help, all of humanity is wiped out. That doesn't weigh on you at all.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like in this scenario, I still get wiped out, but it's because I was a meat shield to all of you guys.
I understand completely. I just have a question. Have you ever considered insurance sales?
Do you have like a card or something?
No. And Blake turns and walks away. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's a good cut. So the team disembarks the Hermes, leaves Sharon and Balthazar on the deck to drink bone juice. And you enter this temple. Yep.
Isn't he a minor?
Oh, yeah.
Austin.
What?
You can't let him drink the bone juice.
You let her drunk drive like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, at least she's an adult.
Cut to Lauren and I, 14, smoking weed on the train tracks.
Yeah. Behind the mall.
The party disembarks the Hermes and enters this temple carved from the bones of Leviathan, the serpent from the beginning of time. And as you enter, you see it's lit by dim torches on the wall, which illuminate scores of bones. Not the bone that this is carved out of, but skeletons of creatures here. Hundreds and hundreds of creatures from which slod tadpoles have burst. This as a temple to the Chaositex, and Slod being creatures of chaos. This place has been used for Slod reproduction for eons untold, and the bodies are thick here, like wading through them to your waist.
Is it hot in here? Or is it just me?
Thick.
Um,
Okay, so are there any like loose chunks of Leviathan bone that I could steal for future projects?
Oh, that's really spicy. Yeah, you want to take a sliver of Leviathan and add that to your inventory?
Yes.
Actually, Cordelia, as you do that, you notice something. The walls are covered in writing.
Oh, that's not good.
Hold on. Do I know how to read things?
Do I not?
Sometimes I can read all languages, okay?
No, I like that. Cordelia's like, shit, do I know how to read? I can't remember.
Am I illiterate?
I will say, before you roll or spend any spell slots, you can see that there's writing in hundreds of different languages, most of which you can't read, some of which you can, and they each tell stories. You recognize one. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form, and void and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water.
Ugh, that's my least favorite one.
Yep, and there's other stories. I was actually planning throughout this arc to have the Slotty literally do every story in every language, and I realized I couldn't pronounce like Japanese or Etruscan or Ugaritic, and I just did the Bible because that's the only one I actually have history with. But yes, every story from every culture that has the same three elements. First there was chaos, then there was water, then there was life. Every world religion, every god has preached the same story, and it's inscribed here on the bones of the serpent from the beginning of time in every language that's ever existed.
You know what we should have brought? A lot of desiccant.
This just silica gel packets?
The forbidden tea.
I don't understand because of the water.
Because of all the water.
Yeah.
Have you never used a damper? Do you live in Florida? You've used damper.
You're wading waist deep in bones, and they're all around you. The walls are carved in 100 million dead languages. The story of time. Any thoughts?
You know, I am a fan of bones, and this is even a lot for me.
I mean, it's almost incomprehensible how far back this goes.
This is a lot of bones, and bones are like shells in that they are not very comfortable to walk on. I mean, I'm just flying, but I imagine if I was on the bones, it would be uncomfortable. How does it feel for you guys?
I think... So, Austin described this as being, like, waist-high. I like to picture that Nifyx is just not even visible right now, just wading through the bones.
just like your nose.
That's cute. So the party wades through the bones into the inner chamber of the Temple of Leviathan. And you hear them before you see them. A chorus of hundreds of Sladi, each chanting the ancient stories inscribed on the walls. As you enter the inner domain and you see an egg.
Huh.
I bet that's life itself.
It is life itself, 2 stories tall.
Fuck, that's big.
That's when you realize where the chanting is coming from.
Oh, shit.
Inside the egg, what was once hundreds of Sladi are now the first new generation of Proteans in the eons, each chanting the new story of their birth yet to come, because inside the egg, you see their fetal forms swirling in the torchlight, which illuminates it from behind.
Oh no, I don't like that.
Kneeling in front of the egg is a rainbow-colored Slod. The ribbons of color on its skin move, shimmer, slide, constantly in chaotic motion, as Babble Prime watches over the egg that will hatch a new race of Proteans.
Did anybody bring a flamethrower? Or a bomb?
I did not bring a flamethrower.
What about a bomb?
I mean, we could throw Nifyx.
Nifyx, are you a bomb?
If you throw me in there, I will fucking kill them, so, I will do my best to be a bomb.
That's not really inspiring, Nifyx.
You're really missing the spirit.
Do you want inspiring, or do you want us to go in there and do this?
Blake, Cordelia, and Nifyx, you enter the inner sanctum. There's an egg 2 stories tall, filled with the fetal proteans. All of the different Babbles throughout the plains have all gathered here and have entered life itself and have been broken down and rebuilt as natal proteans. All the whispering and the muttering and the stories is coming from inside the egg as they are dissolved and reborn. There is only one slot standing in this room, the Rainbow Babble Prime, who stands up from their kneeled vigil and looks towards you.
Have you considered not doing this?
Hi. We're the Omega.
What?
He's the Alpha.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
That's, thanks.
Yeah.
Babble says, I've considered this very carefully. I understand that you think it's evil.
I don't think it's evil. I know what evil is. I just want to continue living.
Yeah, man, I came back from being dead 2 times. I don't give a fuck about good or evil. I just want to keep, eating cake and cuddling my girlfriend. And, you would stop that. And what the fuck?
Yeah, stressing about objective morality is kind of pointless. I don't want to die, and I've got a job to do, so...
Look at you. A serpent of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
One who controls water.
Mm-hmm.
And life reborn.
Blake's casting Fireball.
All right, roll damage.
Okay, so it's a dexterity saving throw for...
He does not dodge. Roll damage.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, that makes it easier. 29 damage.
Yep, the slod stands there, digs its heels in, and takes the fireball straight to the face. You, scorch off the whole front of his body. He raises a hand and casts a healing spell on himself, and to regenerate. He has natural regeneration, but to increase it, he does not raise his knuckle blades. Doesn't seem interested in fighting you.
Fine.
Attack the egg?
All right, well, I'll ready a moonbeam.
Oh, I love Moonbeam.
Babble says, such chaos.
Can you, just stop being cryptic for 2 fucking seconds? I'm very tired.
No. I get it. You don't care about yourself and blah, 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 and that's fine. Blake's, flipping the coin over the back of his fingers, sort of absent-mindedly as he concentrates up his moonbeam over the egg.
Yep, Babble raises a hand and casts Counterspell on Moonbeam as soon as you target the egg.
Now, I could use a little help here. I mean, am I the only one?
I have 1 counterspell left. Counterspell that counterspell.
Oh, okay, Counterspell war. Everyone's fighting over this Moonbeam. Cordelia.
It's a good moonbeam.
Sacred Flame.
On?
Babble.
No, on the egg.
Well, I was trying to get him to lose concentration. Also, when you make
Ooh.
eggs warm, it makes them incubate.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, he's not concentrating on any spells, so...
Well, I'm still gonna do it.
All right, so yeah, just roll damage. He doesn't even try to dodge.
What a fucking wimp. I know he's up to something, but let me feel good for a minute. 6.
This is how it's always been. The chaos, the serpent, the water. This is how it's meant to be.
Are you talking prophecy bullshit? Did we walk into a prophecy trap?
No, this is how it was.
I'm just saying, you never know.
This is how it was. This is not how it is. How it is something different. And you want it to go back to be how it was, but that's not how it is. And you're just going to have to learn to deal with that.
You mean you never know. You're just living your life and then boom, prophecy. You're in it.
So Blake says you just have to deal with that, and the moonbeam comes down. Roll damage on the egg.
11 damage.
All right, it could be better, honestly. It comes down and strikes it, and there's a mark on the egg, but it's a powerful thing. This is a form made manifest in the physical world. This isn't just a magic artifact. This is above god level shit. So it's going to take more than 11 damage to stop this.
That's all right. I can keep it. I can hit it as many times as rounds would equivalent in a minute. So I want to create a situation where ideally both the egg and the party are no more than 30 feet from me. If that is a situation that can be created. That can be done, yeah. That's feasible.
So Nifyx is going to use Destructive Wave, which it can affect any creatures I choose within 30 feet of me. So the egg is a big important one. But also, if you guys are okay with this, I could make it target you as well, and it would do necrotic damage.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. That can be addressed like immediately after the fight. I'm not worried about.
Okay, I won't stress about that then. In that case, I'm doing against the egg plus why not all the Slardy as well, including our proto Whatsits and
Proto Whatsit is great.
Nifyx is going to do. Let's. Is anything resisting?
Nope.
Okay, so first we do thunder damage, 16, plus 19 radiant damage.
All right, 35 damage to Babble Prime and the egg, and that seems pretty bad. I mean, the proteans inside the egg shudder violently, like, you know, when a baby kicks, and you can see them through, like, the skin of the egg, backlit by the torches.
Did we finally get your attention?
You would rather wipe out an entire race than have just a little bit more chaos in the world?
That race was wiped out a long time ago.
I mean, do you really think we can? I don't know why you think moral arguments are going to work with us. This is the wrong group.
If we have to die, let it be by our brethren in chaos, not by moralizers, the knights of good or evil.
Okay.
Yep, suits me fine. Moonbeam.
All right, yeah.
It's 12 more damage. It's really not a very impressive moonbeam.
No, I mean, the damages could be better, but you're hitting the egg over and over again. And Babble Prime is just trying to buy time. He doesn't care about killing you. He doesn't care about winning. The Slod don't care about good and evil or self-preservation or anything as you understand it, besides doing what they want when they want. And that's what the Proteans are, and that's what you're killing.
Yeah, I don't need a physical manifestation of that idea.
Blight?
Yep, roll damage.
Blight.
38!
Alright, you cast Blight, a powerful necrotic spell on the egg, and it begins rotting away. This is life itself, and necrotic is death itself. It couldn't be worse for it. You're killing the Proteans.
Good.
Nifyx is gonna Destructive Wave and this time necrotic it rather than radiant.
Yep, roll damage.
So thunder damage is 19 and necrotic is 17.
All right, another wave. This time you crack the egg and like fetal proteans begin spilling out, and Babble Prime points his finger at you. Actually, at Cordelia.
Hi.
You're the primordial serpent who has to die for the world to change.
No.
And Babble Prime casts Finger of Death.
No, but it doesn't sound good.
That sounds very bad.
You send negative energy coursing through a creature that you can see, causing it searing pain. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes 78 plus 30 necrotic damage on a failed save.
Oh.
Yikes.
Well, so.
Uh-huh.
Wishing I'd kept that counterspell now.
Does anybody have a counterspell?
Nope.
Okay. I'd love to be able to dive in front of this as Blake.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
You want to fuck with my roommate?
Aww.
We're friends again.
That's 51 damage. Blake, you gonna jump?
I'm jumping. I'm also gonna catch that spell with the doll.
Oh no! Fuck!
This is so good, Conrad. You're mine.
I didn't think this through. Okay, I mean it's a 7th level spell. I don't know when you get those slots.
That's all right. I'll have it.
So how much health do you have, Blake?
16.
What?
Wait, so you take 51 and end at 16?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Blake survives.
I would not have.
I thought this was like a dramatic, like, knock to zero.
Blake was Blake was at perfect health. He was fine. He hasn't taken any damage.
Cordelia, what's your health at?
35.
Okay, so that would have killed Cordelia, but it doesn't kill Blake.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, yeah, if it knocks you down, not only do you die, you turn into a zombie if that hits you.
Oh.
Yikes.
So it lances into Blake. He collapses into the bones on the floor of the chapel, and everyone's like, "No, Blake!" And then you stand back up with a glowing doll, and you're like, "Damn, I can't wait to cast Finger of Death."
So, I'm mad.
I would be. He just tried to kill you.
I want to blight him again.
Okay.
38 again.
Yeah, you cast necrotic damage on the egg, and the yolk turns poison. The Proteans are dying inside, and their shrieks fill the temple.
I'm gonna give each of you two a charge of bardic inspiration.
I love to be inspired.
Come on, murder friends, do some murder.
So, I'm sorry, who is the primordial serpent who has to die? What is that big shit you were talking a minute ago, little man?
Babble looks at you and laughs.
Oh my god. If I had legs, I would kick you.
Our legacy continues.
Can you just, like, kill him? Do you still have fire? I'm done with this.
I'm like completely out of fire.
Babble raises his arms to Cordelia as if to praise her in a religious sense.
Oh, wait, hold on.
The Chaos Serpent is risen.
I do like that. You know what? Maybe the Chaos Serpent has risen.
No.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe it has. Maybe.
No cult. No, it's we can't have our apartment.
I didn't say cult. I said I'm not the cult. I can just be a Chaos Serpent. And, maybe this guy will be the first sacrifice in my honor.
Okay, yes, fine. That's fine. He could sacrifice himself in your honor right now. That's a great idea. Babble, why don't you sacrifice yourself in honor of the primordial serpent?
I will sacrifice you to myself in lieu of any followers at the moment. I'm just gonna Sacred Flame until he dies.
Okay, so you're gonna Mustang him.
Huh?
Full Metal Alchemist when
Oh,
Mustang.
yeah. Yeah.
So Cordelia, you just hold your brooch up and you light him on fire, and as it burns him alive, you just as he's burning and the fire's dimming, you just cast it again. It's a cantrip. You can do it as many times as you want.
Yes.
All right. I mean, Cordelia's casting Sacred Flame on Babble Prime again and again and again as the screams of the dying fill the temple.
I would just like to point out that it's Sacred Flame, and I am sacrificing him to myself, who is now God soon, hopefully. Oh my god, guess what?
What?
It's November.
What's that mean?
That means it's time to do the credits again. And also, in America, we sometimes eat turkey, sometimes ham.
They did that in Canada already. Johnny gets 2 Thanksgivings.
Wow, must be nice.
Are you jealous?
I want 2 feasts.
I think as an adult, you can pretty much have turkey whenever you want.
Yeah, but I like it when I don't have to pay for it and there's a lot of food just given to me because I'm a poor.
You like the state-sanctioned turkey, only when the government lets you have it.
I just want free turkey.
Okay, that's what they say. Other people's turkey. OPT.
Opt.
That's a Magic the Gathering card.
Oh my god.
I can't. There's something broken in my brain. I literally can't not say stuff like that.
Dog, are you okay?
No, tell me about the executive producers for November 2019.
Joseph Tombrello.
Extellaris.
Jade should probably plug Shaq Fuck. She would like that. Shaq Funk someday.
Brent, still every episode of Dice Funk Goatly.
Devin, conduit of evolution.
Speaking of EVs, there's not a new EV for the Sword and Shield. Is that a spoiler?
I think you're forgetting Big EV.
Oh yeah,
So big.
Gigantamax EV is pretty good. Evolution.
George. Long mouth. Okay, sorry, Evolution. John Madera, conduit of caramel lattes. Oh, you can't say that in front of Austin. He loves caffeine and caramel.
I do. The Cult of Gorfanax.
Rob Dakin, conduit of delay.
Emily, conduit of small school children, asking why your torso is so big.
Paul Mullen.
Alice in the Purple, conduit of late to the Farscape party itself. I heard Farscape's good.
Christman, conduit of starting racist MAGA rants at dinner.
Is that your family members? I hope it's not you doing that.
Leave that one hanging for you.
Thank you. Toshiro Kuru, conduit of forgetting both my password and birthday and hoping I presumably had more space to go.
Listen, Mercury is in retrograde, so everything you do is totally not your fault. Andrew Grothin!
I also left you hanging. I apologize. I had nothing funny to say about astrology that wasn't also maybe insulting. Andrew Grothin.
Yeah, you hate me. I already said Andrew Grothin. Dr. Goatman.
Oh, you're Goatman.
Francois V.
I'm losing it, folks.
Hedron Master. Lord General Boneshitter.
Lauren's just doing the rest of them. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Nifyx Decidia, a lonely gay sheep. Oh no. Random, conduit of would you like a hug? Spooky Jamie doesn't know what costume to wear. None, because you're late, Jamie. Vinny, conduit of boo jobs. Z23619, Kevin Dobbins. Anthony, patron Adora, Morgan Rapp, Haley Anderson, Stefan Latour, Austin's a little bitch.
That doesn't say that.
I was wondering. 'Tis I, Zedster.
She started talking over me and then I just gave up.
69 Spoopy 420 Sean by Lauren's Ludes. Oh no. A Bozog blew me, a triple X parody. A goose stole my name.
Rake in the lake.
Rake in the lake. A montage of goth Nifyx staring out into the rain. A werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. If the werewolf destroys the Chinese menu, does that mean all the other Chinese menus die too?
Oh my god. Oh my god. How is this your thing?
Because it bothers you so much.
Well, that is basically how you conduct your life. How can I make Austin as uncomfortable as possible at every given moment?
It's not on purpose. I'm just like this. I can't believe how long it took you to realize what I was doing. I was expecting the, oh my god, much earlier than that.
Aaron Norgard.
Abigail Grace.
Adrian Y.
Aftershock feature chapter head of the Satanic Temple, Nebraska.
Agent Hedgepiggle.
Aki Savalainen.
Albert West.
Aaliyah.
An otter eating a jack-o'-lantern.
Anakin Beef Stroker.
See, I do want to make a joke about that, but what if that's just that person's name?
That would be so mean.
Andrew Birmingham.
Andrew Fedgy, conduit of turduckens.
Ooh, I never had one of those.
Oh. You know who's having a turducken this year?
You, I presume?
Yeah, my dad was like, I'll spring for a turducken. I was like, okay.
Andy Harkins.
Anna,
conduit of procrastination.
Antonio, conduit of snacks.
Arachnival, worshipper of the Spider Queen and conduit of Halloween B-Day NRG.
Energy?
I think it's like RNG, random number generator, but they goofed it up or maybe did a little silly on us.
No, birthday energy. Anyways, Archduke Archibald.
Yeah.
Archduke Archibald, the huggable cactus.
Ariadne, spinning up a new display name.
That's clever. Arjun de Koenig.
Ash spent $120 on Lauren's titty.
Yeah. Austin Korksky, conduit of Best Boy itself.
Austin, more Skeksy's voice. Isaac, conduit of Gabble, Gabble, Gabble.
Valve Master.
Becky Toothill, property of Janiac.
BJ, conduit of miniature giant space hamsters.
B-Ray Echo.
Before we continue, I gotta say, I got tiny, slimy nips.
How'd they get so slimy?
Big Time Geddy Lee, member of Big Time Rush.
Blackstone Morgan.
Blue 6.
Boness.
Brady, conduit of spooky, scary skeletons.
Butt Nuttin, Nut Button.
Callum, Muscles, stop trying to steal my name. Turner.
Cameron Abbas.
Candace, listen to Dice Funk. Starling.
Caradwen, conduit of crushing on Austin in a respectful, non-horny way.
Chance, conduit of wasted potential.
Charlie, Radis X Slot Machina, Chalkley.
Chastity Jeans. I thought it says Chastity Jesus for a second. I was like, y'all think Jesus fucked?
Are those Jinkos chastity jeans?
No, there's too much room in the Jinkos. You can get in there real easy.
Okay. Chloe the dog, borking at evil light unsealing.
Bork!
You really wanted to bork.
I did. Christ, I keep. Whoa.
You got some Jesus on the brain today.
I watched an episode of a thing that had Mormons in it.
Mm.
It was fun.
Okay.
Chris, conduit of bad decisions, Walling.
Christopher Charlow.
Coho Blast.
Colton King.
Cordelia, the tube with the tude.
She certainly does have that. Corim has been supporting people on Patreon for a full year now. Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
Cormac the Knife, conduit of knives.
That's a good one. Cosmignon, conduit of Stardust, Ink Master General. Hello.
Hi. Counterfist.
Sierra Saldana, prophet of RN Jesus.
Q, spooky. Cumber.
We're not doing spooky anymore. We're thankful now.
We're spooky 24/7.
What if you just be thankful for being spooky?
Okay.
Dandy Snuff.
I was gonna steal it from you.
You love to steal.
Daniel Marsden, conduit of unnecessary consonants.
Daria, go freaking right.
Dawning Frost.
Deathworm Jim, conduit of goblins.
Decibel.
Declan Sands.
Dennis Pancake Detlefson.
Did you know there is a Final Fantasy trading card game? I feel like there are probably several.
Dinosaurs are giant birds with teeth.
DM Tau, now I have to deal with player shenanigans.
Don Johnston.
Dorian, conduit of devotion.
Dr. 101.
Dr. Isix.
Dragon Nexus, conduit of taking too long to support you.
It's never too late. Do it now. Subliminal messages. Backmasking.
Dylan and Rylan and/or Dylan and Rylan. And/or Dylan and Rylan and/or Dylan and Rylan.
Oh, it's been 1,000 years.
The dog listening on a lazy Sunday morning. Also dishes.
Dylan, conduit of sorry for the panties. I don't.
Friend, beef boy supreme with extra cream.
INRJ.
Ecorin.
Elder dog.
Elderly goose, busy summoning the untitled goose to disrupt lives.
Rake in the lake.
Rake in the lake.
Eleanor Nonante sees Periton, horned vampire lady with depression.
Aline.
I'm going to need another one on that. There's some punctuation you missed.
Aline!
Oh, damn. Elizabeth Jackalope.
Elusive Lily.
Emma, if Moose is a psyop, I've been deceived.
Empress Quinn. Catch me in Sigil smoking big doinks and trading souls.
I like the word doinks.
I do too.
Indigo Van Dane.
Erwin Lilagadek.
Florian H.
Foobar, conduit of metasyntactic variables.
That's some math shit.
I hate math and you know it.
Francois Arsenal.
Frank Sands.
Ginger beers.
Grapefruit juice.
Graffiti, conduit of rhetorical consequences.
Guinevere Cummings.
Athol Grundiston, first of his name, born of fire and brimstone, redit.
Harley Astor.
You're screaming.
Is this not what you wanted?
Harrison Andrew, I don't know, just like a normal voice?
Do I have such a thing?
Apparently not.
Harry, hoping to see that punch monk again.
He's a good Brent for buying Lauren's picks and bids, dogs. I don't know how that was so hard to say.
Horny for drama.
They really are. How do I make friends? Regards, conduit of social faux pas.
Ingemar Greemon.
Is this a Dice Funk of Horse crossover episode?
Isaac, conduit of Tux the Penguin. Are you a fan of Tux? I am.
Is it all right to feel like a fat child in a pushchair? Is a pushchair a name for a wheelchair?
I don't know.
I learned recently that recess is not a word that's used in England. That was weird.
Huh. It's ya boy, H.P. Lovecraft, back with the fish people.
Damn, he's back at it again with his cat. His name I can't say out loud.
Yeah, it's not good.
Jaden.
James Neely.
Janiac, the spook Miss Dom, is ready to spank some pumpkins.
Jaspel, for goth clowns only.
J. Logan, conduit of queerness, mage of life.
Jen.
Jenny Colby.
Jermaine Walls, conduit of cryptid grappling.
Jess Faget, conduit of veggies.
Joanna the Wrench Witch.
John Carey.
John Potts.
John Barnett, conduit of pillows.
John, conduit of subpar joke names.
Josie, vengeance paladin on hiatus to ship out of fuels, send help.
Oh, no.
This is really developing into quite a story.
Jew-Man Jack the Ripper was a punk-ass incel.
Julian Phillips, conduit of Kaizen.
Just a jester.
Justin, conduit of getting them good antidepressants. It says drapescents, which I'm not trying to make fun, but I am enjoying that word. It's like some kind of like cool peasants. The drapescents.
Caster UK.
Kate, conduit of holiday-themed regret.
Yeah.
The word conduit has lost all meaning. I've seen it so many times.
Kiefer Lowe.
Kelladry is thankful that her spirit is bound to the awe-inspiring Mitzi.
Who's Mitzi?
I feel like it's their partner, but it also could be a good cat.
Or a dog.
Mitzi feels more like a cat, but
really?
I'm not.
I feel like it'd be a fancy dog who's like a cute little
I'm not
collar.
against Mitzi the dog, but
Colorado Matt.
Ken, conduit of finally writing this goddamn PhD dissertation.
Kenteroy.
Killer Cotton Shizno.
Kaniku fan.
Kitty Foe, warm breathing burrito inside your pocket.
Why is the burrito? 1, why is it in my pocket? 2, why is it breathing?
No one knows.
Christina, conduit of collectivist godhood itself.
It feels like we're roasting the typos this month, but they're all really good somehow.
They make me so happy.
Kyle Badsvik.
Kyle, president of the Drop Goodwood fan club.
Lady Leopleurodon is a Jurassic animal. Austin Misfit. I knew it was wrong when I said it. I just didn't know what the right one was. You know, you're going to take a swing. It's Jurassic, Cretaceous, or Triassic, and you're going to be wrong 2/3 of the time.
Lana Seawolf. Lady of Bones.
Larry Yellingman.
Lars. Onerth. Hey, Lars. How do you say that?
Lauren's mom's grown duck, conduit of eating bread.
Also pecks the dog and then has to go to duck jail.
I'm of the opinion that ducks can't peck because their bills aren't pointed. You can only peck with a beak. With a bill, you just bat.
The dog disagrees.
Well, the dogs are adorable.
Levy, the ghoulie gob.
Let Cordelia vor, you coward.
Yes.
I feel like that wish is going to be granted by the time you hear the second episode with these credits.
Liam Sutton, conduit of headaches.
Loopy elephant.
Lauren Cates going for Halloween at 17 pounds of Bozog kicks in a 10-pound bag.
You have to let us know how that went. Did you kick anyone? Have you been arrested? Is that why you didn't change your name for Thanksgiving?
Damn.
Luther, the conduit of conners that keep escaping their cage.
Manticore Deathlord.
Math Tiger asks, what is 280.46 times 1.5?
Math Tiger, what's your problem?
Math Tiger, your phone has a calculator in it.
Matt Collier.
Matt Lackitz is finishing his goddamn PhD dissertation. Oh, the anxiety. We have like 5 doctors in here.
What are they doing?
Nerd shit.
Going to school. Matt Lackitz is finishing. No, wait. You just did that one.
Sure did.
Matthew, listen to Dice Funk and Neo Scum Schultz.
Maximum Side Boob 9. Call JG Side Boob 877 Side Boob.
That's very good.
Nice.
Majin, conduit of screaming internally.
Melbent.
Melissa the Dice Goblin is swimming in dice.
Michael Hall. Yeah?
What was that?
Michael Hall.
That's so funny.
I don't know.
Michelle Minkler, conduit of autumnal rainbows.
I'm sorry, Mikkel. We do it wrong every month.
Oh shit, was it really?
It's wrong. There's no right way to say it for our mouths.
Midlife stasis.
Mike draws you at a meeting. Mike draws. Nope. Fuck. Kill me. Kill me. Just kill me.
Mike draws you at a meet and greet with Sean Paul. That's how that song goes, right?
I don't know. I'm so stupid. I can feel myself getting stupider. Miko from Finland.
Miles, conduit of passing from credits into a one-shot as an ocelot.
That's on Lauren.
You're
She just
welcome.
appropriated your smiles. Modified Matthew.
Mr. Willie Phoenix, Steven Lesbian Seagull, Pooh Bear Shaker.
My Valentine is postmodern artist Cy Twombly.
Namita Aneskins, conduit of
Yeah, they left that blank. They didn't run out of space, so that's a really,
spooky.
makes you think. Nathaniel Deal.
Nathaniel Hellman.
Nicholas Dominic.
Nick.
Nicole Woodruff.
No, Shabari and the casino.
I hope that does catch on. October 2, the Spookwool. I'm down for October 2.
Paye Rabjerg.
Pangolin. Period.
Patrick Babcock.
Please call me Ashley. Yes, just Ashley.
Pocket Sundial.
Preston Bowers. I've decided I'm going to do that thing. That bothers you.
You're like the come on down for the price is right.
Pruitt Holcomb.
Pumpkin Spice Criterion.
Pyropsychotic was banned from all libraries.
I wonder why.
That's a very Dice Funk thing to get banned from.
Razumi Yazura.
Remsiv.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Rhinconia Pacific Paranoia. Other side of cool. Conduit of orchids.
Robert Chisholm, conduit of efficiency.
Robert Tuthill. Tuthill?
Salad Child.
Sean Lyons Burke.
Simmons, conduit of harder slatty.
Sergeant Rattlebones. The skeleton war rages on.
I think skeletons would definitely beat turkeys.
Yeah.
Not even close. Santa would beat both, though, so.
Shane Sedgwick.
Now you're gonna do it? Shane Ware, conduit of hedonistic pansexual polyamorous switches.
Sin Milk Tom.
Sir Octopus, conduit of chivalrous cephalopods.
Slime King Mike, Lord of the Phlegmathon.
I like how you used Chris's pronunciation there.
He's a good guy.
Is Slime King Mike or Chris?
Both.
Well, I don't know. I've talked to Chris recently.
He's doing his best.
Kind of a goblin. Smiling Sisyphean Cyretha of the Bleak Cabal.
Spaghetto wishes they had BOGO money.
Spaghetto Depressi, I remember you.
Spinel did nothing wrong.
Sporeman Zero.
Squidcap, the conduit of sexy anime clowns missing Halloween.
Yeah, you probably can't show up to Thanksgiving dinner dressed as a sexy anime clown.
Maybe.
That would be a power move. Just like
Depends on who's throwing Thanksgiving.
pass the mashed potatoes. Honk, honk.
That's a goose.
No, it was supposed to be your clown
No, all
nose.
honks are goose.
Okay, Stephen Lund, also known as Helgrim Stephenson Yorsky, apparently.
He stole it.
Apparently, I don't know. Have I bestowed that upon people, or was it stolen?
Is it like knighting?
Sternat, conduit of consonants.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree?
Sydney Marsing.
Tabitha Spokes.
Tales of Inquiry.
Terraflops.
Thankful Flowers.
The cast of Dungeons the Gathering.
The murderous mongoose who's secretly standing directly behind you. I feel like the mongoose has been made redundant by the untitled goose, who is now the new demonic animal haunting all of us.
That's true. The Precursor.
Thick geezer, the chick pleaser.
I don't know. Anna's eating like right behind me, so I hope everyone can hear her little chomps.
What's she eating?
Food.
Thanks for clearing that up. Yes, and I love it.
Titty picks this legal tender 2K20. I had the cake because it sounded cool.
Toby Gleason Stack.
Tom Bowers.
TPK'd by my D&D group with witchlights because Austin is a bad influence. I actually really want to see that. Do you just straight up just roll over them, or did they like put up a fight?
I'd like to think it just goes like a vacuum cleaner.
Yep.
What if it's the witchlight like riding around on a Roomba?
That's good. I feel like any animal on a Roomba is instant gold.
It's just, it never fails.
They love it.
Trace Marsing.
Transient. Actually, I think I'm going to stick around. Passerby.
Nice.
The plot thickens.
Trees, they are us.
Damn, that's how you would approach that one? I thought it was like Trissitherius.
Trees, they are us. Look at
Okay,
it.
yeah, you know what? I see it now. Shanus.
Universal Toby.
Victor Melito, conduit of quietness.
Viscount. Viscount Bumbershoot von Victrola, you busy little sausage.
Is that your Bumbershoot accent?
I don't know. I was gonna, and then I just kind of lost faith before I ever got there.
I don't know. I feel like you have it in you to do a really good busy little sausage.
I feel like you have it in you to say Warren Woolfolk.
Warren Woolfolk.
When do we get a Dice Funk one shot of big gay orcs? Apparently I can't.
I mean, you can. All the players have to do is decide to be big gay orcs. I'm not stopping them. Also, it occurs to me, Woolfolk is a good sheep name.
That is a good sheep name.
We've probably said this before. Every joke's been made already. Willian Vink.
Zephosaurus.
Yam Spice Latte.
Zoltar, the Viking death metal caterpillar, conduit of retribution, and technically it hasn't been 30 minutes yet.
Technically, so let's go through the Patreons real quick. Patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. That's how you get on this list. $5 a month. We record on the 5th. Patreon.com/Weekly Manga Recap. That's Chris, Rolo T on social media. Conrad Zimmerman on social media. He is Patreon.com/ofhorse. And Laura K Buzz everywhere, including Patreon.com/Laura K Buzz. That's how you find her. Lauren, where are you?
I'm on Twitter, Wargalicious. That's WARGLICIOS, but also you can just like click it. Austin will do the thing. iTunes, which is Apple Podcasts now, Podbean, YouTube, Google Play. I think we're on Spotify. I don't really know how Spotify works, but I submitted it, so if you can find it there, you're welcome. We're here.
We're here. We're queer. Please like
Give
us and
money.
subscribe.
Okay, well yours sounded nicer.
What did you say?
I said, give us money. Listen, we live in a society.
Joker movie 2.
Joker movie 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Anything else?
Stay frosty.
No, don't stay frosty.
Sorry, that's December. Stay pumpkin-y.
That's no... Okay. You know what?
You eat pumpkin pie, bitch.
I would like a pumpkin pie.
Do you know when you eat pumpkin things and gourd things and squash things? November, you fuck.
You're being very aggressive.
Yeah, they love it.
Oh, I'm not leaving it in. It's too mean.
I gotta give the people what they want.
Hurting my feelings?
Chris is so much worse, and you let him do whatever he wants.
I'm playing favorites.
Yes!
Chris always gets the new toys. I only get the
He
hand-me-downs.
does! He's like, I hate your fucking soul. And you're like, okay.